Have you ever wondered why some people thrive well into their 90s while others seem to fade far too soon? I'll never forget my Aunt Clara. She lived to 96, sharp as a tack, gardening every morning and hosting weekly card games with friends. When she passed, her doctor said her secret wasn't just good genes, it was something she did every single day. Today, we're diving into the groundbreaking discovery scientists call the #1 habit that predicts whether you'll live past 90. And no, it's not diet, exercise, or even luck. Let's uncover what really matters and how you can start today. First, let's talk about social connection. You've heard it before, but here's why it's a game changer. A 30-year study from Harvard found that people with strong relationships were 50% more likely to live longer than those who felt isolated. Think about it. When you laugh with a friend, share a meal with family, or chat with a neighbor, you're not just passing time, you're boosting your immune system, reducing inflammation, and even sharpening your brain. It's science. But here's the kicker. It's not about having hundreds of friends, it's about quality. Let me tell you about Harold, a viewer who emailed me last month. After losing his wife, he felt invisible until he joined a weekly chess club. Now, he's the life of the group, organizing tournaments and mentoring teens. All it took was one small step, which brings me to purposeful engagement. Staying active isn't just about physical health, it's about feeling needed. Take my friend Margaret, 78, who volunteers at a food bank 3 days a week. She'll tell you it's not about the work, it's about the people. Studies show volunteering lowers stress and increases longevity by giving us a sense of meaning. But what if you're not a volunteer type? Start small. Offer to teach a grandchild a skill, join a book club, or simply share stories at the park. Every interaction counts. Now let's address something important. Mindset. Maybe you're thinking, at my age, is it too late to change? Let me share a story. Meet Ruth, a 91-year-old woman I met last year. After her husband passed, she felt her life had lost its spark. Then she started journaling. 1 page a day about moments that made her smile. Within months, she joined a writing group and now publishes poetry. Her secret? She stopped waiting for connection to happen and started creating it. Scientists call this the active aging principle. Your brain stays young when you challenge it with new experiences. Before we move to the next strategy, let's talk about movement with meaning. You don't need to run marathons to live longer. A study in The Lancet found that seniors who walked 15 minutes daily with a friend had lower dementia rates and longer lifespans than those who walked alone. Why? Because pairing activity with connection doubles the benefits. Try a mall walking group, dance classes, or even gardening with a neighbor. It's not about the exercise, it's about the joy of moving together. Now that we've covered social bonds, purpose, mindset, and movement, let's dive into the most surprising factor of all, the role of curiosity. Did you know that lifelong learners are 30% more likely to maintain cognitive health into their 90s? Think of your brain like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. But how do you stay curious? Let's explore. Let's dive into curiosity, the habit that keeps your brain young and your spirit alive. A study from The Lancet found that older adults who prioritize learning new skills are 30% less likely to develop dementia. But curiosity isn't just about crossword puzzles. It's about staying open to the world. Take my friend Helen, 83, who decided to learn Spanish after watching a telenovela. Now she's chatting with neighbors from Mexico and even planning a trip to Madrid. Curiosity pushes you to ask questions, explore hobbies, and embrace beginner's mind. And it's never too late to start. Try a pottery class, audit a college course, or simply ask a grandchild to teach you their favorite app. The goal isn't mastery, it's the joy of discovery. Now, let's talk about stress management. Chronic stress doesn't just ruin your mood, it shortens your lifespan by damaging your heart and immune system. But here's the good news. Small rituals can rewrite your stress response. Meet Joe, a viewer who shared his story with me. After a heart scare, he started a gratitude walk every morning. 10 minutes around his neighborhood, listing 3 things he's thankful for. Within weeks, he felt calmer and more in control. Other tools? Deep breathing, laughter, binge a comedy, or even petting a dog. The key is consistency. Find what quiets your mind and make it non-negotiable. Which brings me to diet and longevity. You've heard eat your veggies, but let's get specific. Research shows the Mediterranean diet, rich in olive oil, nuts, fish, and colorful produce, slashes your risk of heart disease and cognitive decline. But don't overhaul your pantry overnight. Start with one change. Swap butter for avocado on toast, add salmon to your weekly meals, or snack on walnuts instead of chips. And here's a secret. Eating with others boosts the benefits. A potluck dinner with friends isn't just fun. It's a double dose of connection and nutrition. Before we move to the final strategy, let's address the habit that undermines longevity: smoking. Even if you've smoked for decades, quitting adds years to your life and quality to your days. A study in JAMA found that smokers who quit by 60 reduce their risk of early death by 40%. It's tough, but you don't have to do it alone. Nicotine patches, support groups, or even a quit buddy can make all the difference. And if you've never smoked, celebrate. Your lungs are thanking you. Now that we've covered curiosity, stress, diet, and smoking, let's explore the final pillar, the one habit that ties everything together. And now, the moment we've been building toward, the number one habit scientists say predicts longevity. Drumroll, please. It's nurturing meaningful relationships. Yes, the same thread weaves through every strategy we've covered. Volunteering, group classes, even chatting with your barista. The Harvard study that tracked people for 85 years found that those with deep social ties weren't just happier. They lived longer, healthier lives. Think of it like a symphony. Curiosity keeps your mind sharp, movement keeps your body strong, and good nutrition fuels you. But relationships? They're the conductor, harmonizing every part of your life. Let's revisit Aunt Clara. Her garden wasn't just a hobby, it was a bridge to neighbors who shared her passion. Her card games weren't just fun. They were a lifeline to friends who celebrated her wins and comforted her losses. Even her daily walks were social events, not solitary chores. She didn't just have relationships, she cultivated them day after day. And that's the secret. Longevity isn't about grand gestures. It's about showing up again and again in big ways and small. Now let's tie it all together. Remember Harold, who found purpose in chess clubs? Margaret, who rebuilt her life through volunteering? Ruth, who sparked joy with poetry? Their stories all point to one truth. Connection is the glue that holds a long, fulfilling life together. When you nurture relationships, you're not just adding years to your life. You're adding life to your years. You're stimulating your brain, calming your stress, and finding reasons to stay active and curious. But what if you're starting from scratch? Let's get practical. This week, try one thing. Invite a neighbor for coffee. Join a walking group. Bonus points if you gossip about your grandkids. Call someone you've lost touch with. No agenda, just a thinking of you. Science says even one meaningful interaction a day can boost your longevity. I know some days it's hard. Maybe your kids live far away or old friends have passed on. But here's the beauty of connection. It's never too late to begin. Last year I met a 94-year-old man who just joined a book club. He told me, "I thought everyone would be too busy with their own lives. Turns out they were waiting for someone to say hello first." That's the power of taking the first step. So let's recap the habits that help you live past 90. Social bonds, your lifeline to joy and resilience. Purpose, volunteer, mentor, or create. Curiosity, learn something new today. Movement, walk, dance, or stretch with others. Stress management, breathe, laugh, repeat. Nutrition, eat whole foods, share meals. Quit smoking, your lungs and grandkids will thank you. But above all, prioritize people. The rest falls into place. If this resonates, share your story below. What's one way you'll connect this week? A call? A class? A smile at the store? Every action matters. And if you're watching this with a loved one, give them a hug. Then hit subscribe so we can keep growing together. Here's to aging not just gracefully but joyfully, surrounded by people who make your heart sing. Thank you for letting me be part of your journey. Until next time, stay bold, stay curious, and keep showing up. The world needs you.